Love y'all. Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about a couple plants that I have. There is Lobelia. It's the giant blue Lobelia. It's native here in eastern Tennessee. I absolutely love this plant as an ornamental. I was excited. I'm down here next to the creek, so I'm having to watch where I'm walking. Whenever I realized that I have it here and trying to let it grow on that. I'm going to get to the other side of the creek here so I can tell you a little bit more about Lobelia. This plant, first of all, I want to tell you that there's not been a lot of reported human studies with this plant, but the Indians used it a lot years ago, and they highly recommend that you be sure you use a healthcare provider when you dose yourself concerning this. And the dosage, they generally use the leaves from it as well as the seeds. With Lobelia, one of the biggest things that it's good for is to help thin out mucus, to help with stuff like bronchitis and asthma and whooping cough and different things like that, because it is really good for thinning out your mucus and stuff. It's been said that they've used it for some sedatives as well. Let me just, I hate to pull it off because I like to use it ornamentally, but I will, just so I can reach you better. And they've made salves from it and rubbed it, or poultices, either one, and used it on rheumatoid joints when it comes to having nodules and stuff on the joints, to help to cause them to dissipate. So that's another biggie, in my opinion, for this plant. They've been known to use it for ringworm. I've never really seen any deep studies over that, but they say that they believe it will be, just because of the compounds and stuff that's in this plant. Let's see. I'll lay it down here. I want to try to get these petals to, you can see them really good. Maybe right there's a good shot. I love the petals on these. Ain't they just beautiful? They come out late in the summer, early fall. I just love the blooms. And there is a red, the cardinal. A lot of you probably have the cardinal flower in your garden. It's a Lobelia as well. This is just a native wild Lobelia. Blue giant, I think, is actually what they call it. Isn't it pretty? And as you can hear, the pollinator's loving it. Well, he was. There has been studies that they're studying harder concerning linking it to helping with Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease, which I think is very interesting. I wish to goodness they had more ability to do deeper research on some of this stuff than what we are able to get knowledge of ourselves. But hopefully they will, because I really believe there's some goods packed in this plant that God intended for us all this time, more than just a beautiful ornamental. Lobelia. This goldenrod could actually use a couple more days before I've done this video to bloom out better, but I wanted to go ahead and show it to you now while it's here with this ironweed. I love it. It grows so often with ironweed nearby. I think that's gorgeous. But this here is goldenrod. You see the leaf patterns on it. They go up. I love this plant. Love, love, love. It is an amazing anti-inflammatory. It's a big go-to anti-inflammatory for me, even though, like I throw out my disclaimer here, I'm not diagnosing anything for anybody. I'm talking about what I do, and that's it. Do your own research. I'm just doing some surface stuff for you guys so you know what's out there and you can do your own research. Got a garden tiger with me. Yeah. Like I said, anti-inflammatory is a big anti-inflammatory, particularly for anything in your urinary tract and with kidney stones. This is definitely a go-to for me. It's one of my favorite anti-inflammatories, particularly for urinary tract infections, yeast infections. You can use it as a douche or a tea, either way for that. And also with kidney stone, any of your urinary tract situations, it's very good for that, inflammatory wise, as well as other inflammatories, but that's a primary thing that it's often been used for. It's also gotten blamed a lot for allergies, but it actually can be a remedy for some allergies. Now, the reason I believe it's gotten, there's been so many people I've seen thinks this is ragweed, and this is not ragweed. I'll shoot a picture in here of ragweed, but this is goldenrod because it blooms out just around the same time that ragweed. It gets blamed for a lot that ragweed is the corporate of stuff. But anyway, it's good as a diuretic as well. Therefore, you know, with the urinary tract, like I mentioned before. It's been known to be used for muscle spasms and gout and any kind of joint pain, arthritis pain, eczema, skin conditions, stuff like that. I've not used it for anything like this, but they say that it's got some anti-aging properties to it as well, which I probably need to actually check into better. It's also used as a great dye. It's a wonderful dye to dye things with. If you're into dyeing clothes of any type, you know, material of any type, fibers. And like I said, fibers in particularly is what I've tried to use it for with my nettle fiber. And I'll go into that one day a little more, which I am no expert at for sure when it comes to fibers to make linens and fibers and stuff like that, but I love it. So I've been studying up on it some here and there, but not very good. Anyway, let me get on with this. And it's also been shown in rats. They've done a study that 34% that will lower your blood markers of damaged heart. So that's a biggie on that. I'm excited about that in itself. But like I said, this is my go-to anti-inflammatory. I love it, love it, love it, love it. And you can harvest the leaves as well as the blooms from this. Goldenrod. Some folks have asked me how I harvest my ginger if I keep it year-round. I wanted to show you. I'm going to try to do this one-handed. I ain't got the proper stuff out here to show you, but what I do, you can see, just go in there somewhere about the size you think you're going to need and cut that booger out. See, I got plenty left in there. Cover that bad boy up. I got me a piece of ginger right here for what I'm needing right now. And there we go. Gotta give this guy due honor. It's done so pretty. And still shooting them out everywhere. I kept deadheading it. And I even got my echinacea coming back up.